The Frozen Ark is a charity that aims to promote the preservation of tissue, cells and DNA from endangered animals. With headquarters at the University of Nottingham, including a lab, freezers and office space, shown here, the Frozen Ark receives DNA samples of endangered species collected at wildlife parks and sea life centres. Genetic material can be extracted from these samples, which can then be used in research and conservation. However, over time, if these samples are not stored correctly, DNA degradation occurs, which decreases the quality of the DNA, so they cannot be sequenced and therefore can't be used in research. Freezers like these, at the University of Nottingham, maintain a temperature of at least minus 70 degrees centigrade. This slows the process of DNA degradation, and as a result preserves the DNA within the samples. Research indicates that at these temperatures, DNA can be preserved for thousands of years. This means that in the event of a species extinction, the valuable genetic information from these samples will not be lost. These freezers contain over 500 samples from a range of species that come from 16 different locations. Samples are collected from animals housed in these locations and can come in the form of tissue or blood samples, which are then frozen and preserved here at the University of Nottingham. When accessing the samples from the freezer, we wear thick gloves in order to protect our hands from the cold temperatures. We then keep the samples on ice while they're out of the freezer in order to prevent any degradation and maintain their cold temperature. The samples are kept in vials within boxes. A database is being created in order to keep a record of where each sample has come from, including the individual, its species, and the location it was collected. In just this one box, there are 80 samples from 17 different species. These samples include blood from 3 Persian leopards held at Chesington. There are only 1,300 Persian leopards left in the wild, so these samples could prove very important in their conservation and ensures that if the species were to go extinct, we would still have a record of their DNA. There are also samples from outside the UK, such as samples of green turtles from Sea Life Blankenberg in Belgium. This is a species of large endangered turtle that inhabits subtropical regions of the Pacific, Indian and Atlantic Oceans. Through biobanks such as the one at the University of Nottingham, the Frozen Ark can continue to safeguard the genetic material of endangered species for future generations.